Top 3 trends right now in 2021 when it comes to engagement are really simple. The first is employee experience. It is so important that you're focusing on the experiences that your employees are having. And there are some key moments that matter, if you like, along the employee journey. And we would be really encouraging you here at Impulse to make sure that you are tracking and measuring those key moments that matter, those employee experiences moments that you want the employees to really feel part of the organization, to connect with their leaders and their line managers, and to see that there's purpose and vision and there's a reason for being at that organization. So number one, the employee experience matters, and you need to be measuring those moments that matter in your organization. Number two, well-being. It kind of should go without saying, right, as we're coming into a sort of living with COVID moment, but there's no doubt that well-being is critical when it comes to engagement. It's always been there, it's always been a part of it, but it's really been heightened as a key factor when it comes to engagement. So we would encourage you, make sure you're tracking and measuring your employees' well-being. And great news, here at Impulse, we've been working with one of the UK's leading healthcare providers, and we've got an amazing set of questions that really get under the skin, really get under the issue of well-being from some really key different perspectives, so that you have the information, the data, and most importantly, the insight to know how your employees are doing when it comes to their well-being. And thirdly, it's really interesting, maybe one you're not expecting, but the third trend we're seeing is actually to do with workload. It's having a really big impact on people's levels of engagement. So it's not the purpose, it's not how connected they are, it's not the line manager, it's actually just the amount of work that they're having to do. There is no doubt, and we can see this from all the data that we've had over the last 18 months, that people's workload has gone up exponentially with lockdowns and with COVID. And so we would encourage you to be making sure you're tracking and asking questions about people's workload and the impact it's having. And then it's really critical that you work with your line managers to know how to support your employees when it comes to dealing with their workload. Actually having empathy, having compassion, recognizing that you're not necessarily going to get everything exactly when you want it, because people are doing more. More is expected of them than ever before for a whole myriad of reasons, but their workload has gone up. And so tracking, knowing how they're doing on that, and make sure that the trend is coming downwards so that that issue goes as a factor in engagement will be really, really important. So they're the three key trends we're seeing so far in 2021: the employee experience, well-being, and workload.